Hello, I'm Jeff Van Treese, and this is Mobilized News. We welcome you to our show as we're here in person today with our guests, Jason Weisser and Mike Dickinson, at the law firm of Schuler, Weiser, Zeller, Overbeck, and Baxter. And these gentlemen are practicing civil trial lawyers. They represent plaintiffs in negligence claims, but they do a whole lot of medical malpractice, and that's actually what we're here to talk about today. So Jason and Mike, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having us, Jeff. Appreciate the live version.
Yeah, here it's great to be here in person again. So today I want to talk about something that is truly scandalous and truly shocking to me, and that is this new House bill that we have here in Florida. Of course, the nation is kind of watching because our governor looks like it's leading in the polls in the Republican primary, should he run. But this is something that really hasn't gotten very much media attention, and that is this new free kill law that is in the Florida legislature and with the Republican supermajority is very likely to pass. So can you guys tell us a little bit about this new free kill law that applies to nursing home patients?
Yeah, and I think the way you described it, astonishing is the only word that you could really come up with. The House bill and the companion Senate bill both have a provision that if someone is a patient in a nursing home and as a result of the neglect or the mistreatment of the people who are running the nursing home ends up suffering a death, the only people who would be allowed to present a claim in court would be any children under the age of 25. And if you think about that for a second, what's the population of people that are in a nursing home? It's usually geriatric, it's usually octogenarians, and the likelihood that a patient in one of these facilities is going to have a child under the age of 25 is slim to none. And it's essentially giving them what we call the free kill, meaning that the care and treatment these people are going to be provided is going to be so substandard because there's no consequence to the actions of these facilities if they're going to allow these people to be killed without any type of consequence or any type of oversight of them. And we've acted as the oversight committee by de facto because of the laws that we've not enacted, but we've governed. And over the years, we've had numerous nursing home cases. Our partner, Richard Schuler, at one point had the largest nursing home verdict in the state of Florida to create a patient bill of rights so that they'd have more protections against these facilities that are really just monetary driven. And now we have these situations where these legislatures are trying to pass this law that I cannot think of any reasonable person that would look at it and think that this is fair, equitable, or is in the best interest of the people of the state of Florida.
It's quite shocking because, like you said, most people when they go into a nursing home, usually there's not a surviving spouse, or they very often don't have any family members that are alive to take care of them. And very seldom is anyone ever going to have a child under the age of 25 if they're going into a nursing home, typically people in their 80s. So according to, if this law were to pass, and again, remember, Florida is the retirement capital of the world. I mean, we have a huge nursing home population here in Florida. There would be essentially no way that, for example, a 50-year-old child of a nursing home patient that is killed, maybe they're dropped on their head, maybe they're left with bed sores, maybe you could think of any number of different horrible scenarios, there would be absolutely no way to recover, if I understand that correct, Mike.
Right, and that is, and the problem is sometimes folks will frame this as far as like a moral hazard, but what is the consequence? If you have a person that's in a facility and there's no repercussion whatsoever for substandard care, for mistreatment or even abuse, then how are we going to govern their conduct? How are we going to make sure that the people, the citizens of this state, are actually getting proper treatment and they're getting treated with a proper standard of care? And that's one concern that I have. We obviously, I have family members as they get older that they may end up in one of these facilities at some point. I would like to know that if we do come to that point, that I don't have to worry about whether they're mistreated because there's no consequences.